Man, I really appreciate it. This guy is solid. I'm telling you, Larry. This is what Dmitry Medvedev said this morning. It says Washington is responsible for the attack on the Kremlin. This is coming out of Moscow. It says Ukraine's actions are coordinated and approved by the U.S. Putin's spokesman has claimed, Dmitry Peskov. He says this: all of Kyiv's decisions are ultimately dictated by Washington, including which targets to hit and by what means. Russian presidential spokesman Dmitry Peskov claimed on Thursday. His comments came after two Ukrainian drones unsuccessfully attempted to strike the Kremlin in the early hours of Wednesday morning. Where is this lead? Where is this going? And has the U.S. pushed this a little bit too far?
Well, I don't think the United States was involved or even gave a tacit green light to do this. I think the Ukrainians did it on their own. Sort of as a side note, the funniest thing I've seen so far was Leon Panetta. Remember, Panetta was one of the signatories to the letter claiming that computer, alleged Hunter Biden laptop computer, was Russian disinformation. And so he's out there today saying, oh, yes, this was a Russian false flag attack. The Russians did this. And I said, yep, he's batting 1,000 in terms of lying. I do believe that Ukraine did this. Ukraine did it on their own. It was probably done by a group that infiltrated, across the Russian border, launched these drones from a location inside of Russia rather than directly out of Ukraine. They really were not. They didn't pose a threat to assassinate Putin, and they didn't carry a lot of high explosives. It really didn't do any damage to the roof of the Kremlin, but it was symbolic. Now, I've got a good friend, a retired Navy SEAL, and he likens this to all you need to do is put one mine in the front of a harbor, and after that you can close down operations because everybody's checking everything. I don't really think that has been the effect of this drone. I think it's been just the opposite, because as you started with Medvedev's comment, it matters what the real intent of the drone was. It matters what the effect of the drone is on the political situation in Moscow. And what that has done has united the Russian people in their anger at Ukraine and the West for attacking what is considered a sacred spot in the center of Moscow. When you realize that area has not been attacked in this way by an aerial attack since the Nazis were flying over it in December of 1941, it helps you take on and appreciate the significance of it. So this has literally enraged not just Medvedev, but different members of the Duma, which is the Russian version of Congress. They have been, my favorite quote by one of them is, "This is no longer a red line, this is a stoplight." So they're all calling for some sort of retaliation and action against Zelensky personally, which may help explain why Zelensky's out. He's now today in the Netherlands at the International Court of Justice in The Hague. Yesterday he's in Finland. So it looks like he's going on the road. He's not staying home in Ukraine for fear that he's going to get whacked.
I like the statement, and I'm butchering it, but one of the congressmen over there said that Ukraine wanted to show, and I was reading it on your blog, Sonar 21, and he was saying Ukraine wants to show us that they have long arms that can reach us, he says, well, and we should respond and show them that we, and I'm butchering it, but he said to chop off those arms or something of the sort. And that was like my favorite line. I was like, that's something like Clint Eastwood would say. But